this is 103.1 FM, and you're on to Girlfriends on Radio. You have Shay, Taiwo, and Ngozi in the studio. Last week, Shay and I spoke about girl power. I was going to say girlfriends.
Girl power.
Girl power in a relationship, and we had a fun time talking about
Yes,
that.
we did. It was actually, the time passed faster than I expected, but it was pretty interesting. Yes.
Yeah.
I can tell.
We didn't miss you too much, Ngozi.
We missed you. We missed you.
No, I can tell.
We missed you.
I can
Okay.
tell.
This week you're gonna start. Workplace girl power. Go.
Okay. Workplace girl power. Okay. Let me even start from anything people would have said probably, and I don't even know what if I've said anyway. But I think that girl power in the workplace starts from understanding that there are boundaries, and I think that it's very, very important that between our bosses, our colleagues, and all, we always need to understand that we need to set boundaries. I was just thinking about somebody who I could actually draw an inference from in the Bible, and I was thinking about Deborah. She was the judge over the entire Israel, at that time, and I thought to myself that she would have also maybe been asking people for salt and Maggi at home and everything, but when she comes to her office, man, she has to judge the matter between you and your husband, and I think it goes to show that she would have had to set personal boundaries to say, okay, no, within the workplace, this is who I am, regardless of the relationships that we have outside here. This is what I think. It starts from it almost like borrows a leaf from being assertive, but you now need to situate that within the workplace.
Yeah. Let's take a quick musical break, and when we come back, Shay will take it from where you stopped. Okay, we'll be right back, guys. .1 Unilag FM, and we have a new voice.
Yes, you do. And I am girl power personified today because I braved the elements, Lagos traffic. I climbed a mountain of stairs to make it here today, and yay, I'm here, girl power. Go girls.
Literally.
Remember to send a text message to 070-167-23656. Text messages only, please. 070-167-23656.
Okay, so before we went on a musical break, Ngozi was just talking about
So you was just starting off from where I stopped about
boundaries, and it's not just personal boundaries. It's not just it's with your fellow workers. It's with your I can't say boss, but at least with your boss up to a certain extent, and then of course with your subordinates, whether male or female, or and all that. So, and then it's also realizing the fact that I read somewhere that that women assume because you went to school and everything is everybody, you are beating the guys there, you're like okay. Then when you get to the workplace, that everything is merit based, and we have to realize that you won't get what you deserve, what you think you deserve, because you have worked for it and all that. So you actually have to have that in your mind and know that when you get to the workplace, there are certain things you have to learn and you have to adjust to, and that's pretty difficult. But
I think there's a stereotype in the workplace, especially as concerns women. If you're the boss lady, you're the boss lady in the office. There's a stereotype that goes around like every woman who finds herself at the top is probably heartless and cold, and would do anything just to make sure that she gets to the top and stays at the top. And another stereotype that I think is very common is if a woman is a receptionist or secretary, then she got there because someone was either sleeping with her, or she's not really smart enough. Yeah, she's not smart enough to get a good job, so that's the only place that she can find herself. And I think that these are stereotypes. It's not true of any woman.
Yeah. Definitely, I know that any woman who is in a position of authority or leadership in the office today has had that mindset from the get-go. Because if she hasn't had that spirit of excellence, that drive to get there, she wouldn't have. Because as a woman, you have to go the extra mile, to rise through the ranks and get to that position of leadership. So it's definitely a stereotype. I know so many women who are captains of industry, and they're excellent in all their ways, excellent, diligent, driven, and sometimes because of that, you just, maybe people feel that you're cold or you're, but you have to sometimes you become someone who you are not even, because you have been given a great responsibility, and you have to push yourself, to be able to validate that position that you're in.
Yeah.
So
someone was saying the other time that he was just talking, so he's the boss in his office, and then he was saying that the reasons why I don't like employing women is this month is menstrual pain, next month is back pain, and the next one she's pregnant, and it's disruptive to the business. And I felt very insulted when I heard that. I'm like, seriously, is that it's like, because
so
it's so much work that we are doing,
so
but for you to vocalize that and say that is the reason why you don't like employing women because of all their issues. And I'm like,
you know what, the fact that women have all those issues, in quotes, they have to go for maternity leave and everything, and they are still sought after. That means there's something special about us. That we deliver.
Yes.
So you excuse, that fine. Okay, yes, she's gonna have to need extra time off, to deal with her family and her marital issues or her female issues. But it's worth it at the end of the day, because a woman who is, excellent, who is driven, always brings it. So
I was actually talking to somebody who is a CEO just yesterday, funny enough, and he was like, he really loves employing women. He runs an HR firm and everything, and he said he loves women because they are the ones who will be loyal to you. He says, well, maybe it's because some of them maybe have rich husbands, or at least comfortable husbands, or alternative sources of income generally. So they are loyal to you.
And they pay attention to the details.
Absolutely. They come to work. Their mind is on the work. When they want to jump out, they let you know. They are just a bit more open. A guy will start a job today. Tomorrow he's brushing up his CV. He's already thinking about the next shift to jump into.
And then it starts to sulk.
And I had never even thought of it as a plus for women, but he was like that. He loves it. And with women, you can always tell where they stand. With women, there are no surprises, and those are kind of things that people also should be thinking about. And maternity leave, all of those things, And I also think, and I'm talking about the stereotypes with boss ladies and everything. Yeah. I think another mistake that I've also seen women make is that they think that because my boss is a lady, then she should be able to unshake. Exactly. She's like, and she's a woman, she's supposed to understand that there's immunization day. It's like, why can't she allow me go for mine? So I think that, and these are things that they probably would not have expected their male bosses to understand and everything. But I think that we also as women in leadership, and also when we are following others, we need to understand that when somebody is a leader, they're a leader. Despite whether they are male or female. If you are 15 on a team and all of you have to have menstrual pain on the same day, you have to just buy newspaper and share for everybody. Say, guys, I beg you have to work with this thing.
And I just wish that men or guys in the workplace should get it. Remove the gender. If you have a female boss, she's a leader, she's your leader. Forget about, because they always have that thing that, okay, she's a woman, she has to be this, she has to be this. Exactly.
It's true. There's someone that for the longest time now I've learned to just ignore, because he believes that because I'm a woman, it's very annoying when someone tries to undermine you, undermine your skills, undermine what you know, just because they feel I don't know if it's threatening just because I'm a director, but a woman who is a director in Nigeria, are you sure you know what you're doing? And it's very annoying because I don't have to prove myself to you, but every time I get an assignment, right, the first thing he says is, how are you going to execute it? And I'm like, what in the world is going? And it's so annoying because nobody is going to put me in that position if they didn't think that I could deliver, if I have not been delivering before. And you've seen it over and over and time again. So why do I have to prove to you
every single time?
I started ignoring him, but at the same time he does it, like he says things, and people at the office like, what is going on with this person? Like, what's going on with you? And I think it's because I'm a woman who understands the job, and he's been there for a while, and nobody has really threatened him, and now he feels so.
And I think I was going to say that too for women, and assessing our positions, and also wielding that whole girl power. We need to understand that there will be no freebies handed over to us.
You have to,
whether there is a 40-60 quota in your office that says 40% of the board must be female or whatever, just boom that. just realize that at the end of the day, if you get those kind of allocations, the people will trample on you if they feel that you don't deserve it. So you need to know
Bring
your
it.
onions, as in, I mean, bring it all. And I think that as many things as guys, you know, of course, our family structures may not allow us to, you know, do as much travel or as much study at a particular time. Like guys may feel free to.
Yeah.
But I think that we should just aim for it. Whatever we find ourselves in, or whatever we decide, whatever space we decide to play in, we need to just follow it through to the very end.
What
We need
about
to have
showing
that.
emotions in the workplace?
Women can master a lot of things, and emotion is one of them. We can be very emotional, but it gets to a point where some people, haven't you heard some women described as bees?
Of
They
course.
said that this woman, she's a cold and feeling, hard-hearted, cold-hearted. She has no feelings. And sometimes
does,
she does, but you have to learn control.
Yes.
And like you said, you have to know your onions. So when you deliver,
Yes.
when you
That shows
deliver,
them off.
Respect,
when you
exactly.
deliver,
Keep your
there's one
mouth.
scene I love in the Devil Wears Prada. Everybody knows how Meryl Streep was. She was
Yeah.
total. But
Yeah.
then, you know, she told the girl never come upstairs. And unfortunately, one time she got upstairs and the lady was crying because she was having issues with her husband. She saw her. The woman was in tears.
Yeah.
She just dropped the thing and she just tiptoed because nobody would have known that.
That kind of woman can break
Yeah,
down.
Yeah, but in the situation she was in, she's a power person. She had the ultimate power, and she can't afford not to be in control at all points in time. So we have to know our onions. We have to be in control of our emotions and of our environment. Like you said, no matter how much someone tries to push you over the edge, there are sometimes that yes, you can. It's not just the car. You can go to the toilet somewhere.
And then we need, and also as females in position of authority, we need to be careful not to also take it to the extreme, because
Yeah.
that happens and then you can just become a cold person before you know it. I think it's important for you to also show the people who you're leading that you actually do
Yeah.
care for them, but you're firm, just like a firm parent who's not going to take any nonsense, but who actually cares for you, you know. So
I think overall they'll still look at us as you know, people who bring warmth to the environment.
yes,
you know,
we
so you
mustn't
want to
lose
give
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah. All right, we have to leave now. Time is up, and they're bouncing us from the studio. All right, guys, we'll see you same time next week. All right, bye.
Have a lovely
Bye.